Alrighty, camera is rolling. It's time for another episode of Ink Transfer Drawing with Mark Zimmerman. My name is Mark Zimmerman. I'm rolling ink on a sheet of plexiglass. Then I'm going to draw and rub on the back of a sheet of paper, which I'm getting right now. For some reason I always have to run across the studio to get my paper. So I'm going to draw and rub on the back of this, transferring ink to the front, which is face down on that ink right now. And some interesting and somewhat unpredictable things happen when you draw this way. So we'll kind of see what happens. It's more of an adventure than if I just draw straight up. The ink is inside a rectangle of tape, and I can feel that tape. I'm going to poke that pen up into that corner. Okay, so my ink is in there. I'm going to start up here. I'm looking at a little photograph. I'm looking at a rooster. Man, are they strange. Artists will tell you sometimes when they're being honest that you've never actually seen something till you had to draw it. And roosters are weird. I've never looked at this picture before. And this guy is a strange looking bird. Wow. Huh. Huh. Well, who knew? I can transfer ink simply by touching it with my finger too, and I'm going to do that here. Right here I'm going to put a little shadow on this side of that line just by touching it. And wow. Oh, there's a patch of feathers here. And that's his neck, I guess. That first thing out here is his wattle. I think I want a little more there too. Oh, I didn't leave room for his comb. Good planning, huh? Maybe I did. Let's see. At least some of it. Not as much as one might like. Just little hints of shadow on here. And quite a bit of shadow over here. You'll notice I keep my hand either off or above the paper. If I lay my hand down rested on the paper, like I might normally if I was drawing, it transfers ink too. And okay. I kind of want to line at a particular spot. So I'm going to actually measure this. Get a little fussy. Yeah, that'll be just right too. So there's a magical division of space here. Right there. And I think I'll double that line up. There we go. Now I can peek. Maybe I should pay attention to a few more details. And then let's peek and see what, if anything, I need to add before I splash a little watercolor paint on here. So let's peel this bad boy back. That'll work. I am going to do this. Just the heel of my hand. Let's see what that did. Yeah, good. It's one of the quick and fun things about ink transfer drawing. We'll get this plate with the ink out of here. You'll notice that it is backwards. Everything is backwards in an ink transfer drawing. There's the picture I'm looking at. And you'll notice that this whole tonal area here, just put it in with 2 or 3 strokes of my hand. Really a fun way of drawing because it's so quick. Let's stir a little paint. It's been a little while since I used some yellow. Let's stir up a little paint. Okay. We'll get paint it yellow for now, and we'll come back with other colors later. I'm going to exaggerate the color here too. Just for effect. Just want a little yellow in my red. I kind of want that to dry, so while that's drying, I'm going to stir another color up. And this color I know is going to be way too dark. This is yellow ochre. I stirred it because it's an earth tone. It quite literally is dirt. And it settles pretty quickly like dirt would. I've got my watercolor paint in solution in water already. Too dark. not a problem. Let's come back. It's easier to tone it down than to... There we go. Stir up a little orange. Paint over some yellow. Dude has an orange eye. I missed a little yellow ochre too. The question is, do I paint that now or later? This little part right here is feathers. Paint it too dark, and like I did before, lighten it. And stir up a little red. I've already kind of established shadows on here, so I don't have to do too much. Except that red is really dark. Wow. That's better. So those other colors are in there. They're hiding. Pick up a little more red. So I can get it lighter, a lighter pinker red, by letting the paper show through, by adding a little water to my paint. Makes it more transparent, lets the white paper show through. I'm not sure I need to deepen any of that in terms of, so hard for me to leave well enough alone. Let's just see what happens here. Okay, a little purple shadow. Bigger brush. Okay, I'm going to turn this because I want to stick my brush in that little corner. And this is a color called Burnt Sienna, named for a place, Siena, Italy, where they find this earth tone. And then in this case they toast it up so it's burnt, gets a little darker, a little richer. And I already have a tone in there with the ink, so I've already established that that there's a shadow in that corner over here. I did that with the transfer. Ooh, way outside the lines. Whose day was it to watch me? Until right now I'm going to lighten that and darken this. So this is a color called Payne's Gray, and I'm just going to darken that so I get a little more contrast with the light of the rooster. I think I can use the big brush for this. Ideally, I would think I would like a board underneath here, and I would tip this and let gravity move this paint for me, but I guess I'm going to have to do it the hard way because I don't have a board handy. It'd be nice to tip this bottom up and let this paint run in the direction I want to move it. But we'll go get a board after this drawing, I guess. Well, that's a skinny little place. And that's a big fat brush. Too bad I don't have 3 smaller brushes right in front of me, huh? Stubborn. All right. I'm going to sign it. Oh, no, I'm not. Boy, I tip it around and I see that I want to do something else to it. A little of that blue down in those, down in here to darken this bottom a bit. Alright, now let's sign them in pencil. What to call them? Boy, usually I know right away. Let's call this We'll call him Redhead Blue Sky. Sign it. Zimmerman, and date it 2020. And there is Redhead Blue Sky. Hope you had fun watching. I had plenty of fun making him. That's it for now. Bye-bye.